Hey, welcome back to another video. Let this bad girl start. Today we're going to talk about driver modes, tire system, I get it. You know, we all get this beautiful little icon in the bottom right hand corner. We got track, snow, ice, tour, and sport, because this is a 2SS, of course. Now there's a bit of misconception when it comes to this as to what it actually does. And most cars have it, and most cars do absolutely nothing. This car doesn't do much, so by no means do I ever sit back and think to myself, oh my god, I have 25 amazing features and options. The main thing this does, oh no, I want settings, driving mode, you've got engine sound management, you've got steering, and you've got suspension. Now that only works, the suspension and the engine sound management only works if you have mag ride and MPP. If you don't have that, that doesn't do anything, and only the steering works. And then you have, of course, your interior lighting options, which works very well, and you can link it to a drive mode here, which I do not do. I just pick my color and I just leave it. I don't know, I don't switch my drive modes enough to ever feel like I'm getting the value I need out of switching. Now if we go back over here to drive modes, you can have all of these set up that it's synced with your mode selector. I do not do that on almost any of it. Engine, I leave it to track at all times, keep it very simple. Steering, I leave it tour at all the times because I find sport and track a little bit heavy for my lazy driving. And then suspension. Suspension is one I do leave in the mode selector, but that's because I have mag ride. The regular cars don't really change a whole lot. My dad's Vet has the same thing, but he doesn't have mag ride. All he has is the dual mode exhaust. That's really the only thing that changes. The only thing that changes beyond these settings and the lights is the throttle response. So if we put this into, we're warmed up a little bit, so I can do this. If we put this into like snow and ice, you can hear it's much quieter, goes up much less. Then if I put it in track mode, much more aggressive. Sport mode, it actually does go a little bit higher than track mode. Tour mode's not too far off of sport. So from what I understand on this beautiful track mode is it actually numbs the throttle a little bit because this car has more horsepower to the rear wheels than it has mechanical grip to deal with the horsepower. It actually kind of buffers it so you don't just automatically throw yourself off the track or off corners, whereas sport mode is more of like a true representation of what it is. So I guess to summarize all of this and keep this video very poignant and short, to notice the differences between sport, track, tour, and snow and ice, for the most part, it's almost nothing. The biggest difference is the color on the interior lights. The torque is cut on snow and ice, and the throttle feels a little bit numb. But I find even in snow and ice, it's just unpredictable. Like I'm waiting for things and the car's not doing things, and I just find it annoying. So I just leave it in sport mode all the time for absolutely everything. As I mentioned, suspension, I do find there is a difference from tour mode to sport to track, but I do have magnetic ride. You spend the extra money on the suspension, and I think it was like $3 grand or something ridiculous. You do get a difference, and it is a difference, but it's not night and day. On tour mode, it can still be a little choppy and a little stiff, but it's a sports car, of course. I'm not complaining about the stiffness, I'm just stating it is still choppy and stiff. Whereas track mode, you can feel quite a few of the little indentations and the little stones and a lot more of the little things. And it's little things, that's all it is. And if you don't have MPP, you don't have the mag ride, and you don't have the interior lights, then you're really just changing your throttle response a little bit, is what it is. So I hope this helped. Any further questions, please leave them in the description below, in the comment section, and I will go over anything else you guys might have to talk about. It's been a video I've been wanting to make for a while. Just not too sure how to make it, I guess. And with everything else I'm doing, is what it is. We're now into the Canadian winter. It's actually really nice out today. It's 7 degrees. Yes! Victory! It's almost like summer up here. So, until next time, guys, take care.